Uh, the the month that I'm talking about is the month of March. We had another good month of no violations. The numbers continue to be outstanding. Part of the reason why the town received the award was for the new treatment plant, but not just the treatment plant, but the whole wastewater system. You know, it's everything. It's the collection. It's everything. So you should feel very proud of that award. The numbers, like I say, were very good in March. Some of the things we accomplished was we got some of the pump stations are totally up and running 100%. All of the stations right now are at 100%. I feel very good right now about everything. It's up and running. No major pieces of equipment out. At the wastewater treatment plant, interestingly, we were having problems with our nitrate recycle pump prior to the dedication, and we chose not to work on it before the dedication, so we waited till after it was over, and we've been we took one of the channels out of service last week, and we're pumping out the channel, and we have it pumped out almost completely today. And we're going to pull the nitrate recycle pump out of the channel. Apparently, one of the hoist cable, it came off it for some reason. So we had to pump the channel down to find out why. So we're right there. I was over at the plant earlier before I came here to the meeting, and the channel's just about empty. So tomorrow we hope to go down and reconnect the hoist cable and get it back and up and running. But even with the channel, one major channel out of service, the treatment facility is still producing excellent effluent with excellent numbers, which I think is very impressive, having that one channel out of three. Anyway, that's really all I have to say. So,
okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, Louis.
First item I have under my agenda is R3 2010, Resolution Business Personal Property Tax. The resolution R3 2010, raises the personal property cap from 10 million currently to 15 million, which would allow additional 117,000 additional general fund revenue. This affects three companies: Ashland, Taruma Medical, and W.L. Gore. It's not a change of the rate, it's a change of the cap. If the town did not have a cap, it could tax the entire tangible personal property of all these companies, which would be very, very, very significant. The figure was much higher. So by putting a cap on it, it limits their their personal property tax liability. Consequently, and I recommend that, along with Mr. Reefold, that the board consider a resolution R3 210, and raise the cap to 15 million.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept resolution R3 2010, business personal property tax cap?
So moved.
Have a motion, have a second?
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Next item I have ordinance 2-2010, major facilities. The major facilities ordinance is suggested under this amendment for the following changes. Under the initial section 1304090A1, that the $15,000 upfront cost be stricken and all major facility charges shall be paid. This is an example of where particularly a commercial project might owe $100,000 in major facilities, but the way the wording is on this particular thing, it will only require, if you were strict interpretation of this, only $15,000 and the balance be paid in some other manner, even though it's not articulated in this particular ordinance. Consequently, this change, all major facility charges shall be paid at the time of the building permit, corrects that deficiency in this ordinance. Next, section B is the new addition, credit for water and sewer connections. I'll read those additions. The owner of improved real property that is connected to the town's water distribution and/or sewer collection system may be granted a major facilities connection credit equivalent to the existing connections when A, the existing building is removed and a new building is constructed on the same building lot, or B, the size, use, type, and function of the existing building is substantially altered. Paragraph 2, new paragraph addition. The owner of improved real property that is connected to the town's water distribution and/or sewer collection system who permanently disconnects or otherwise discontinues water and/or sewer services to that building lot may be granted credits equivalent to the disconnected or discontinued service connections for allocation to another property. A, that is under the same ownership as the building lot for which the water and sewer services are being permanently disconnected or discontinued, and B, for which a permit authorizing new residential and commercial construction has been issued. New paragraph 3, credit granted pursuant to this subsection B shall be provided in an amount not to exceed the prevailing major facility charges, currently $15,000, 10 sewer, 55 for water. For water and sewer and set forth under subsection A of section 1304090 and extended for a period not to exceed 5 years from the date water and sewer service is disconnected from the owner's property. These two, or the corrections, or I'm sorry, the amendments I read are the substantive additions to this section of the code. I would ask the board to accept ordinance 2, 2010 for introduction.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept ordinance 2-2010 for introduction purposes only?
Make motions to accept ordinance 2-2010 for introduction purposes only.
I'll second the motion.
I have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Next item I have is the Elkton Police Fraternal Order Police Lodge 124 collective bargaining agreement. This agreement is a product of a very
Mr. Mayor,
long, I'm sorry?
I had an opportunity to speak under the ordinance.
No,
You skipped
yeah,
over
no,
it?
we got, after the agenda, public comment.
That's public comment.
At the time of public comment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it was a separate thing.
Can you hear me now? The Elkton Police Fraternal Order Police Lodge 124 has agreed to a collective bargaining agreement, a copy of which has been signed by Madhu Karup, their president, and has been presented to the mayor and commissioners for acceptance tonight. This will be for approval. There are 2 copies here. The collective bargaining agreement does include a defined pension system for the FOP. All the employees represented by the FOP include all the officers and including the lieutenants under that, but not any civilian employees. I would suggest that the board vote tonight to accept the FOP agreement.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept the FOP collective bargaining agreement?
I make a motion to accept the FOP collective bargaining agreement. But before I go any further, I want to make a comment. It seems like this has turned into a little game to some people. We as the town and Cecil County in general voted for this, and now all of a sudden it's back and forth. It's costing us more money to go into legal matters. Every time we go back and forth, it then comes back to the mayor and commissioners not making a decision. I'm not one to go back on my word. I heard a comment where when you're spoken to, you answered. I was not given Earl Piner to speak to this on behalf of the budget. The budget is one thing that was created from the mayor's budget. The commissioners add into it, and then the finance guy speaks in behalf of the for the mayor and the commissioners. So if anybody asks questions, that we direct it to the finance department. Now, other than that, I don't have all the answers, but just like some of you out there, you can pretend you do, but I don't play games when it comes down to finance. My tax dollars are being spent just like yours, and I will speak up and say that. So if anybody didn't hear it, my dollars are the same dollars as being spent just like yours. But I do support the police because one thing they've done an excellent job in the community. I've heard that many times. When other people come in and congratulate them on their work, well done, it's okay. But when it comes down to the budget, speaking about what they asked for the last 4 or 5 years, now it comes time for us to come to action, and we're supposed to fold back over and say, oh, come back with another plan. We've been over and over several times, and this is about the last time that I'm going to sit there and say, no, go back and come back with another one. So I put that in motion to approve the FOP contract.